That's a good question. So it's Matt Carpenter, obviously CEO of Norfolk FA. Took on the role back in August of the year before last, so 2021, and it's a massively varied role. So I've been with the association since August 2009, joined as the football administration manager, so working on what we tend to call the dark side of the game, so sort of the discipline, but also things like county cup. So been at the county for a long while, but only been in the office that I now sit in since August 2021, and it's an interesting role. As I say, it's very varied. It can go from doing things like this on a lunchtime to looking at sort of obviously the staffing side, so sort of staff contracts, well-being, partnership related activities, and it actually has surprisingly little really to do with football day to day. That's what the staff kind of tend to pick up. So I think I describe it as a very varied role, and if you can sort of think of the things that a CEO might do, it's all of those. So the breadth of activity that we do is amazing, really, and I think sometimes people just sort of still think of county FAs as, oh, they're the ones who fine us, and that's kind of what we do when it goes wrong. And yes, we do that, but we're obviously now coming into a time of year where the county cups are key for us. So a lot of the competitions are at semi-final, if not final stage. So we've got a lot of activity in the office now going on around that. But there's so much more on that in terms of the work that the football development team do, female participation, the work that we're doing around that. Equal Game Ambassadors is something we've got going on at the moment. We've got to relaunch our youth council, so there's a lot of activity around that. And of course we run 3 centres as well. So we're currently physically sat in our HQ building, which is based in Bowthorpe, and just to my right as I'm sat now, we've got the FDC, which a lot of people will be familiar with. So that's now gearing up to host, as well as some of our County Cup finals, a lot of League Cup finals, and then the day-to-day activities. So that's just a very light touching of the service of, as I say, there's so much that goes on that I think people perhaps don't know that we do. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think that's really important to us. So traditionally we've done emails, the standard social media, shall we call it. So, you know, we tweet, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those things quite regularly, but that's still relatively dry, and it's kind of written content for people to read, and we know what it's like, and I know what it's like. You know, you have a busy inbox and you'll skim read things, whereas we want to now take that next step and really tell people what we do. As I said, I want to steer that narrative away from, yes, we are the ones who govern the game, and that is part of the activity we do, but we do a lot more than that, and to showcase the good work that we think we do for Norfolk football. So going digital, going online, video promotion, all of those kind of things, I think are a really important part for that. And obviously we engage with a wide range of people in football. So, you know, our very youngest players are kind of 6, our oldest walking footballers are probably 76, and then there's everything in between, male, female, adult, youth. So the more we can do to try to provide different ways of engaging for people, the better, and digital for us is a key part of that, definitely. I think it's almost a variety of everything we do, actually. So there's kind of educational pieces that we're trying to do with volunteers within the game. Another significant one that we absolutely have at the forefront of everything we do is safeguarding as well. So the more that we can do to get safeguarding messages out there is really positive. And I think just the county cups as well, you know, they're massive occasions for us. We enjoy them, the players enjoy them, the match officials enjoy them. So promoting that is a really big thing for us, but there's so much, it's kind of really hard to actually isolate it, and that's where the deal that we've been able to do, I think, is so good for us, in that it's an annual thing where there'll be little bits drip feeding out as we go. So it'll be a whole range of topics, and even things like the stuff that we do in the centre that isn't directly football related, so birthday parties and things like that, functions, all of those kind of things. So it's really hard to give a sort of detailed, in-depth answer because there is so much. Certainly for, I guess, what you call almost maybe your average football fan, they do tend to focus Premier League, Championship, that kind of level, and don't really have a great awareness of what goes on below it. Whereas my passion has always been grassroots. I go and watch Norwich. I like to see Norwich do well, but I wouldn't now sit here and describe myself as a passionate Norwich fan. It's fantastic for us when they are achieving, but my passion is the grassroots game. And I think you're probably right in that, you know, sometimes it had a little bit of a bad reputation in some of the things that go on, but there's so much good that can be done. And it's not just around the actual football itself, as you say, it's the community. So a lot of our clubs now do a lot of really good work in their local communities, again across male, female and all ages, so everybody can kind of get involved in the sport and in so many different ways. You know, you don't have to play, you don't have to be a brilliant player. We're always looking for match officials, but equally clubs are always looking for volunteers, and sometimes that's the hardest thing to find, is somebody who freely gives up their time to enable others to play. So I think putting a spotlight on what you can get from it, as well as what it kind of takes from you, I suppose, to a certain extent, is a really positive thing for us. And again, the more we can do to reach out and as you say, shine that light, then that's a good thing. Well, we've looked at the work that you guys have done. We obviously partner up with Mind, and I know that you've done some work with those, and we looked at what you did there, and we just thought we need some of that. And it's as simple as that. You know, the quality of the work that you've produced for them is amazing, and we want to be jumping on board with that to do exactly all the things that you've just kind of been highlighting, to shine a light on the really positive things that happen in grassroots football in the county of Norfolk.